right, ladies and gentlemen, we are reacting to Enderlin, the first EF5 tornado in 12 years. All right, those of you who have been with the channel for a minute now know I like tornadoes. I know of the Enderlin tornado, but I want to properly react to it because I haven't watched it yet. So if you guys think you enjoy this and want to see me react to more tornadoes, I have seen a bunch of them, but I would be down to react to some of the ones I haven't seen. Hit the sub button. Hit the like button. Let's get into this.
Probably a violent tornado in here, guys.
Freddie McKinney.
It's night in North Dakota.
Also, this is TornadoTRX or TornadoTRX. Love his videos. I'll have the link in the description.
And storm chaser Freddie McKinney is filming a developing
Told you
tornado
it was Freddie.
near the town of Enderlin.
Oh my gosh, dude. Freaking violent wind.
Nah, bro. That's crazy. And it's a nighttime, too. Nighttime tornadoes are some of the most terrifying things ever.
Violent wedge.
What
Oh my
Freddie
gosh.
doesn't know is the monster in the darkness is currently tossing train cars, leveling houses, and would be the first EF5 level tornado in over a decade. The weather community is currently in a frenzy.
Dude, I want to see what this setup looks like because we had on that day, that Monday, recently, it was, let me just check the date. So for historical purposes, it was Monday the 18th, okay? It was a pretty decent sized setup day. There was like cape values, I think from like 3,000s to 4,000s. That's really high cape. And I'm not crazy off the deep end. Like I track tornadoes at a basic level. I just watch radar, keep an eye on the cape, listen for stuff like the wind shear, all that stuff. I don't know too much about like the low level jet, all that. It's a little bit out of my depth as of now. I would like to learn more eventually, but I want to see what the setup looks like compared to that because as far as I could tell, you know, Monday did have potential to produce something big if the cards aligned right, and it's just they didn't, or wrong, depending how you view it. But let's see what this looks like.
To understand why, we start with this system across the United States. It's bringing ingredients together over the plains. Extreme atmospheric conditions were being forecasted, and at a glance, a tornado outbreak seemed likely. But there was one problem: the sun. With severe weather, heat is good until a certain point. The atmosphere requires heat energy to produce thunderstorms, but there's a meteorological sweet spot before things get too warm. And when the air is too warm, it can prevent storms from forming at all.
So I think that's actually what we had a lot of. We had stuff getting into, and I live in Ohio, so it was getting into almost 90 degrees these past couple of days, and that was what kind of, from my understanding, soaked up a lot of the potential energy in the Cape, which is a good thing. Prevented big tornadoes from happening. You know, I don't want them to happen, but if they're going to happen, I would like to see it happen, you know.
There was heavy debate with professionals over if storms would even form, but the catch was if something, literally anything, could fire, the strength of the storm and any subsequent tornadoes would be extreme.
Yep.
The odds of this happening were just so low. Dozens of storm chasers make the drive up to North Dakota.
If Timmer's on it, there's a good chance.
For the microscopic chance
Reed
of a
Timmer,
storm
for anybody who doesn't know him.
And the prospects look...
Reed Timmer has Dominator, an insane tornado anchoring car. And anytime if you see Timmer in your area, bro, you better pay attention to the weather. Just put it like that.
Looked pretty bad. Completely clear skies were present. No sign of thunderstorm development.
Dang.
And certainly no sign of a tornado. But by around 7 p.m., everything would change. Despite the warm air, a thunderstorm was able to form, and it was rapidly developing. In just 10 minutes, the thunderstorm already had rotation on radar, and in 30, the first tornado of the day seemed inevitable. And this was happening right as the supercell approached the town of Jamestown, North Dakota. Storm chaser Kelton Henderson would film the
Did Jamestown have a big tornado? Like, I don't know if I'm crazy. I feel like I've heard Jamestown potentially. A lot of these places in like Tornado Alley get, like, you hear their names a lot. Like, tons of them. You know what I'm talking about. El Reno, Moore, Joplin, all them. Those are like the big ones. But like There's even in other states. I just don't know them off the top of my head, but I think I've heard
as it
Jamestown.
rapidly organized.
Rotating base over there.
Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go.
Tornado.
Little baby tornado.
It's tornadoing.
Is this going to become the big boy?
First. There you go, Jack. Boom! Big lightning strike.
Boom.
It's wrapping.
Yeah, it is.
That was definitely that.
I've said this my entire life, and I'll say it once more. I will be grateful if I never see a tornado in my lifetime, like unexpected. But I would love to see a tornado in my lifetime once. If I ever get big enough, I will go on a ride with one of these dudes. Dude, Freddie McKinney, if I pop off, I will go on a ride with Freddie McKinney. Okay? I would love to. It's going to be, you know what, honestly, the hardest battle with this whole thing is going to be convincing my fiance to let me do it. But, hey, we'll see. Maybe for the content.
That's definitely a tornado.
I mean, yeah, of course. Oh, funnel.
Dang.
Yeah, I see it. All right.
I feel like if I'm nice and far away, it's okay.
I'm ready.
You know?
Oh, do we need to go?
We're gonna get close to this thing.
Directly behind Kelton, storm chasers Freddie McKinney and Connor Croft would approach the storm as well, filming the development.
Dang, yeah, that's a pretty big tornado.
Strong tornado.
Violent.
Oh, they always say violent. I get why they say it, but it's just they just spam violent tornado, guys. Violent tornado. It just bugs me. They just spam it every time. I get why they do it, but it bugs me.
Get close to this, Matt.
I guarantee we hear violent at least 5 more times in this video. Not from TornadoTRX. But from the tornado chasers, I guarantee you 5 times we're going to hear violent.
Yeah, that's not the best one.
Calling it now. From this point forward. Just wait.
Why the RFD is so insane? I'm about to get rolled.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Want to point it at
Already.
the wind?
No, what I want to do is get out
That's a
of my
big
car.
tornado.
But
Good luck.
pretty much.
Also, if you look at the radar in the bottom right, that's a decently strong hook.
Full tornado.
Clear right.
You're right.
Clear right.
Jeez. Oh my gosh, that is a freaking hog.
That is a monster.
Yeah, that thing's huge.
Absolute monster tornado here. You gotta watch the collar cloud.
That thing is insane.
Yep, violent tornado.
1,
Violent tornado here.
2.
The extreme tornado
Just-
would
oh,
begin
you
in
should have
an
kept
open
it going.
field, but numerous roads and homes still sat in the path. And with how volatile the atmosphere was, literally anything in the path would be eviscerated.
Turns.
Nah, it's
Yeah,
alright.
that's bad.
Oh my god!
Holy cow.
Oh my god!
Now, the thing that is freaky about this is, like, there's just no guarantee that it's going to keep going. Like, they travel northeast most of the time. But El Reno was a monster. And because it had multi-vortexes, so multiple vortexes within a single, or vortices within a single tornado, vortexes, so they had multiple vortices. They were strong enough. It was like steering the tornado different directions. It made it super unpredictable. And like you get times like they think they're in a good spot because they're southeast of it, right? It can turn. Not common, but not nothing. And if that thing turns towards you, that's game probably. That's probably game.
We're close. Jesus.
Holy cow.
That's big.
Here we go.
That thing is huge.
This is a huge tornado.
Right next to this tornado, right next to it.
Your dad's right behind you. Copy that, Charlie. Yep. Got
Yeah, that
this
thing's-
huge violent tornado here. This is a huge tornado.
Problem is, there's a
We need 2
million
more.
people up on it.
Getting huge.
It's getting massive. There's a million people up on it. Is the problem.
I'm watching to make sure it's still moving left to right, Jack.
Yeah, you've got it. It's big.
Oh, he seems like he's so close to it, bro.
Oh my god, man, it's perfect. Oh my god.
You
feel the car
Most
shaking.
chasers were getting a backlit view from the south. One local chaser, Kayla Gilbertson, would record from the west side, where the sun would illuminate the vortex and show its violent motion.
Dang. my gosh, dude, he seems so close to it.
Traditional chasers were not the only people tracking the intense tornado. To the west, a research team called the Otis Project was also there. The goal of the project was to fly specialized drones into tornadoes to collect atmospheric data, and they were about to get the data of
I don't know. I think I'm mixing it up. But I saw the Otis Project and it made me think the 2011 El Reno had like a radar crew, but it sounded familiar. I don't think it is the same people though.
a lifetime.
Anyways, that's insane. That drone's going in, man. It's going in. Oh yeah, you're in.
As Otis circles the tornado, the drone begins to be sucked around the vortex, and the inner structure becomes apparent.
Does it become apparent?
By this point, based on appearance and radar analysis, the tornado was likely in the upper echelon of intensity, and so far, it had avoided most structures in the area. This
Dude, I haven't even seen like a EF4 live. I really want to. I think it'd be really cool to see when one does eventually happen. Because it's not an if, one's going to happen eventually. I would like to see it because I want to see what it looks like on radar and stuff, you know. I can watch the historical ones and see all the old data, but like there's just something different about watching something live. I like getting into the hype when big storms and like setups are happening, but the second you see a tornado hitting something on like, because I watch a lot of Ryan Hall. I'm a Ryan Hall viewer, but when you see something like a big tornado and it's like headed towards a populated area, it's terrifying. It's horrible. It's just a heart-wrenching like dread that you feel. So like I watch this stuff. I do try to donate when I can. I'm a broke college student, but it's like that. But like that's where I think like if you have the ability to donate after seeing some big tornado, I think like you should. I think you should do that. Help people, you know?
was about to change. A singular farmstead would be engulfed by the outer wind field, and even though it was only grazed, extreme damage would occur at the property. But the most incredible damage wouldn't occur to the structures. Rather, it would occur to the vehicles. As multiple cars from the property are siphoned into the tornado, they are shredded to nothing. Images show bare vehicle frames on top of unearthed soil from where the tornado was quite literally digging into
That's
the ground.
crazy. That's
There
nothing
is no
left.
doubt this tornado was already unfathomably violent. As the vortex began to reach peak intensity, chasers would watch as the storm began to shroud itself in heavy rain.
Is it getting closer to us, or are we okay? No, we're good.
Dude, this is a tornado that you can't screw with.
No, it's not.
This
Seriously.
is a tornado. If you get too close to this, you freaking die, dude.
Literally. Yeah, literally, Freddy. Literally. That's game. I feel like Selton Henderson, he's been close to like big tornadoes. I actually want to say, dare I say, I might be mixing him up with someone. I'm pretty sure he was one of the people that has gotten hit by a tornado. But like what I was going to say, I got to fact check this now. Hold on. Oh, whatever. You guys will have to tell me in the comments. I don't remember who it was. Someone got hit by a tornado. And I was surprised. I looked at their channel. They haven't uploaded since, so they might have actually quit because of it, which I mean, it's understandable. Totally understandable. I don't think I want to risk that again, you know. If you guys know, though, tell me in the comments because I'm completely blanking. I can't remember. I did watch the video, though.
It's disappearing into the rain.
Alright, I officially lost visual on the camera.
Goodness.
That thing got HP
Yeah,
quick.
good thing we didn't go up for
I've
Yeah, that
lost
thing's
it.
rain
Lost it
wrapped.
completely.
Rain wrap, dude. You can't see anything.
I don't like getting
Getting
out
out of here, folks.
either.
Can't see it.
I'm getting out too.
Yeah, I've been staying further back for this one.
The now invisible tornado would begin to change direction as it also began to dissipate.
See?
Its first circulation
It's going
would be
west.
named the Spiritwood tornado, and its final rating, despite the extreme nature, would be EF3.
Dude, this wasn't even it. I thought this wasn't it because the Enderlin happened at night. Yeah.
Due to the minimal
Spiritwood EF3. If that's an EF3, that's insane. I want to know what the wind measurements are. I want them to make a scale that's not damage based. Like make a scale that's wind speed based just purely for live tracking to get estimates of like what it is in real time and to gauge the potential of the tornado versus the actual damage of the tornado. Because like the El Reno got downgraded to an EF3, the 2013 El Reno, which is a complete that angers me. It angers a lot of us.
damage.
A lot of
it
people
caused.
hate it.
As the sun began to set, the storm would ramp up to produce its next tornado.
Oh, that
Connor
looks
Croft
big,
ahead of
bro.
The new circulation.
That's
as it
a
formed.
crazy hook.
Unlike the first tornado, which began extremely visible, this next one would instantly wrap itself in rain as it grew to over half a mile wide.
Oh, coming down.
Except for one yet, or you guys right about there.
Gonna come down.
Dang.
Gonna come down, guys.
Stovepipe.
Large stovepipe on the ground now.
Is that
Wouldn't
wind
go
whistling?
farther either, unless you really booked it.
You guys hear that? That sounds like wind, like whistling.
Large stovepipe on the ground now.
Wouldn't go farther either, unless you really booked it. Yeah, because it's about to cross the road. See that?
We just gotta watch the rain. If those trees like start to disappear or something, that's our cue to get the hell out of here.
The large
That is the
tornado
cue,
would
bro.
Quickly dissipate.
Yeah.
Its track through open fields allowed it to cause minimal damage, though analysis of radar scans suggested the second
If I'm chasing any tornado and I see trees start disappearing, you best believe I'm trying to leave, bro. I'm gonna go as quick as I can. I might not make it, but we're gonna try.
City tornado would be rated EF2. By this point, the sky was
See, that's just the thing. That's the issue with the EF scale, bro. Like I don't want a bunch of EF5 tornadoes because that means they hit stuff. I want to see these massive, just like extreme tornadoes. They don't hit much, but they still get a fair rating. I want a scale that's based off of wind speed, pretty much. I want a scale based off of wind speed and potential damage. Because, yeah, and I get that's not the whole picture because, like, something could have really high wind speeds up top, and then at the base and at ground level where it's hitting, it could be, like, really low wind speeds. Stuff like that happens. But it's like, I want, like, a scale that's based off of the scale, the size and the wind speeds of the tornadoes, not necessarily just the damage. I think it would be so cool. I think with how the tornado community moves, I'm surprised they haven't worked towards, like, getting a non-official, like, a community scale for stuff like that, because there's so many tornadoes, like the El Reno 2013. EF3, that thing was, like, 2 miles wide, had wind speeds in the 300s, like, that thing, like, your brain wants to say it's an EF5, but since it's not damage-based, it's not an EF5. It hit mostly, like, grass plains and hit a couple things. So it's like, it's just so frustrating.
pitch
Because it's such a monster storm, and you don't get them often, and when they don't get the highest damage skill, it just is upsetting. Like, you don't want it to get the damage skill, but you want it to get, like, you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say.
And night had fallen. It had seemed the outbreak of tornadoes
Yeah.
was coming to an end. However, a second storm south of the main one began to show signs of intensification.
Also, if you guys ever would be interested in it, and I'd have enough of a fan base who's interested in the tornado stuff, I would totally be down to do, like, dare I say, watch parties. It's probably not a good thing because I don't want, like, people getting hurt and stuff, but, like, I'd be down to track some storms live. That'll be us watching and reacting to Ryan Hall or, like, some of the storm chasers or something in real time, and we could do something like that. I think it'd be a fun little event style thing to do.
In
Maybe not a time, maybe once in a while.
just 45 minutes, this storm would produce one of the most extreme tornadoes in modern history.
Yeah, I see Enderlin.
Pretty much every storm chaser in the area notices the uptick in intensity on the southern storm and begins to bail south through the blinding rain and wind. The storm doesn't wait for chasers to come to it though, and produces its first tornado near the town of Fort Ransom at 10:15 p.m. This tornado, unlike the massive wedges so far, was relatively thin. It narrowly missed multiple homes. While it curved to the north, one chaser, Tanner Charles, was able to get in position to catch the end of the tornado.
Oh, it is like freaking twisters up in this joint, bro.
Oh, heck no. Dude, that's so close.
Look at that pipe, guys. You can see it you can see it.
I think they're look at that. Like, I think they're crazy. It's like nighttime, only illuminated by lightning, and bro is that close to a tornado that he really can't see that good. I just think it's crazy. I think there's like a safe way. I would want to be a storm chaser that sits, 2 miles back and just kind of watches from afar, I don't want to be one of these dudes that's right on the tail of the tornado. It's just too high risk, and for what? Does it really change the experience that much?
Short-lived tornado is a common occurrence in extreme supercells, ramping up.
They sit there and they recycle, bro. The one of the ones I watched most recently was the Joplin 2011. That one had like, I think, 2 big like EF5 tornadoes, massive tornadoes that spawned in for like a couple seconds. Not a couple seconds, maybe like a couple minutes, and then dissipated. And it all built up to just a massive tornado.
An intensity, almost like the storm, is calibrating
I said El Reno, right? Not Joplin. El Reno 2011.
rotation before unleashing a monster. And at this point, the storm was ready. Paved road options around the storm funneled the majority of chasers first south, east, and then heading north, viewing it from the south.
We're headed north to Sheldon. If that couplet is legit, there should be a strong tornado.
It's not nothing I can see. Contact.
Also, I sorry if I'm pausing too much for you guys. I wanted to say, I don't know how these storm chasers do it, bro. They are driving constantly. And I mean that like they're always on these storms, bro. Anytime I'm watching like Ryan Holleyall's stuff and he's got the live chasers, bro, it's always like Connor Croft, Tanner Charles, Freddie McKinney's always there. There's a couple other guys too, but it's like, dude, they're about that life. That's insane. They're really on it like that.
The ground, but there's definitely something.
I get tired of just keeping track of the weather sometimes. Like, we had a stretch of weather that was supposed to be like intense over and over and over. It was for like a week, and we did have a decent like little tornado outbreak over that. I think we got like 50 tornadoes in one night or something. But like, I was exhausted just from trying to keep track of it radar stuff wise. This is crazy. Like, I couldn't imagine actually driving and following these things constantly.
Whoa, that was so close.
There's something dusty back there.
Copy, blasting north right now.
It's going to be a big lightning strike.
Guys, I do have a large.
Oh, yep, wedge tornado, guys. Wedge tornado to my northwest. I can confirm.
Oh, definitely.
Oh.
Down.
Oh my god, monster.
Tornado.
My walkie just died. Holy cow, that's a monster.
Yeah, I think there's a tornado. Yeah, there's a tornado.
Tornado.
Big wedge tornado.
Wedge.
Nighttime EF5.
The left edge is huge, bro. A freaking massive tornado.
Whoa.
I guarantee you Freddie McKinney said violent tornado right after that. I'm still counting. I'm still waiting for my another 2.
Whoa.
We're going to get them.
Yeah,
Holy cow. Monster. Oh my god.
Got it here in 4K.
Insane violent.
The massive tornado would touch down
One left.
at 11:02 p.m. and in under a minute it would grow
It is a violent tornado, though. It's an EF5. It's violent, so it's fair, but still.
to nearly a mile wide.
Oh my gosh, it's a huge tornado.
I wish service would.
Oh, that thing is huge.
Yeah, if there's any, I don't know if Starlink could be working. I have a chance, but
I'm on Starlink on my phone, and it's spotty.
Okay. Yeah, it's just a left to right. It's a probably mile-wide tornado. freaking mile-wide tornado.
Oh my gosh, violent tornado.
There we go. That's number 5.
Oh yeah, big tornado.
Oh, that's such a freaky
Oh, big wedge.
POV.
Big wedge.
At this point, the tornado would be harboring some of the strongest winds conceivable on the planet, and it was heading directly for a railroad track packed with train cars. Some of these cars weighing thousands.
This is
of
how it got
pounds.
its damage rating,
As
I
the
think.
core of the tornado approached, 33 separate rail cars slowly keeled over off the tracks. And as the winds
That's
drove
crazy. Those things
straight
are probably
into the
like
sides of the
tens of
tankers,
thousands
the
of
force
pounds.
would violently tear apart the chain of cars in an arc-like fashion. It was as this chain of cars slid across the ground that the last car in the arc, now caught in the very center of the tornado, would detach from the train and go airborne. The 36-ton metal tank likely began to tumble through
Dang.
the air, striking the ground several times before coming to a rest about 800 feet from where it originally sat. Forensic analysis of the damage done to these cars concluded that winds of 230 miles per hour would be required to overturn a fully loaded grain hopper, and
That doesn't even seem like that much. I mean, 230 is a lot, but
over 266 miles per hour would have had to have existed to loft the tanker car 480 feet from its resting place.
that makes sense.
These are some of the strongest wind calculations ever found within a tornado, firmly placing it within the EF5 category.
Maybe I don't
the
know what I'm
highest
talking
possible
about.
classification, and it was now
I don't
heading
know.
directly for homes. To the northeast, within the town of Enderlin, North Dakota, resident John Lux would film the tornado from a gas station parking lot.
Ooh, that's a crazy shot, bro. Can't even fit. Dude, that's something out of a nightmare. That looks like a mushroom cloud from an atomic blast, but it's sustained and coming at you. Like, that's unreal.
Stitching together frames of the video shows the over mile-wide.
See that? That's like a
wedge
mushroom
tornado.
cloud, bro.
Above
That's
it is some
insane.
of the most incredible storm structure ever.
Oh my
To the
gosh.
south, storm chaser Alex Russell would take a series of photos of the tornado in the distance, further showcasing the incredible storm structure.
That's crazy.
and
Even if the
enormous
tornado
size
is way
of the
smaller
tornado.
than that upper cloud
Circulation,
ridiculous
now
too.
over a mile wide, would hit its
Holy
first
crap.
structure. While not a direct hit, the home would still be practically destroyed. Luckily, no one was home at the time. As the path curved to the north, swaths of forest would be violently shredded, some trees removed completely from their root systems and thrown. By this point, the tornado was crossing Highway 46, and across the highway were 2 homes with people inside. As the core crosses directly between the
that's
structures,
really bad.
the violent winds would sweep both
And it's nighttime too, dude. They probably weren't able to get out of this.
completely off their foundations. Nothing would remain of either property.
No one was
At the
home?
west home, cognizant residents would shelter below ground in their basement, surviving with minor injuries.
Good.
However,
Good.
an older couple in the east home
Oh, dude. I freaking hate it, bro. It's always older couples, and that makes me so upset. So many of the deaths from tornadoes are like older people, and that's just so sad. That breaks my heart. Like thinking about like an old couple in their 80s or up. Lack of mobility, fragile, having to sit through something terrifying like this. Like, this is my worst nightmare, to have something like that happen. And I can't even imagine that. That just breaks my heart to think about. It's just, it's horrible, and it sucks because, like, there's no way to prevent it. You can only try and advocate for, like, people being aware of the weather and that type of stuff. And it's just so sad. That's so sad. And then it's like, you've got, like, people in trailer homes, too, who just, there's nothing they can do. They just have to leave and hope they can make it out. Like, because they just will get ripped up in anything like this. Like, even well-built houses get ripped up in these violent tornadoes. It's just, yeah, that's so sad.
Michael and Catherine Den would not share the same fate, instantly dying as the home ceased to exist. The
That's so
tornado
sad.
at this point would begin to turn due north, similar to the rest of the tornadoes.
That's the downside about these big tornadoes, is there's almost always casualties. Like, it sucks. And that's why I feel so conflicted, because I love seeing the tornadoes, but you hate seeing the destruction and the lives, because it's like, I think a lot of like the storm chasing community does a good job with it, but I know there are people out there who just like glorify the tornadoes and their destructiveness when really it's like these are real people, real lives that they're impacting. Like these are family members that are getting killed by these horrible phenomenon, and it's just so sad. I hate it. You know, like the Xenia tornado in Ohio, it was at a time when there like wasn't a lot of like tornado awareness systems, like sirens, stuff like that. There wasn't a ton in place, and it was super destructive. And they've beefed up a lot of like the warning systems against big tornadoes like this, but still you get people who live in these like tornado prone locations, and I can't speak for everyone and I don't live there, but you know there are people who get used to it. It's like the boy who cried wolf when you hear about these big weather phenomenon or these big setups from the meteorologists and then nothing happens. It's like how many times that had to happen before people stop taking it seriously. And I don't know whether this couple was or wasn't, but like you get people who are older and who've just lived through it so many times, and it's just like there's not. I wish there was like a better way to get a serious alert through to people. It's just like it's like a pipe dream thing. I don't have any like practical solutions or anything. It sucks. It sucks. Let's continue.
In the outbreak, chasers would continue filming as the tornado shedded its cloud base, exposing a sprawling tube in the night sky.
No, these trees, man.
There should be a gap.
There's so many trees on this road.
That thing's huge.
Dude, you can look at that thing. Should be a tiny road.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think one of the scariest things about the thought of storm chasing is a tornado, but it's the lightning, bro. Like, you see how constant... Like, if you're chasing a tornado, your rate of getting hit by lightning is dramatically increased.
Yeah, that's a tube. You see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Unfortunately, the extreme tornado was not done, and another home lies in its path. Once again, as the core moved directly overhead, the house was completely decimated, instantly killing 89-year-old Marsario Lucio. The vortex...
It's once again, it's like, I feel like even if it's nighttime, if you have a tornado that big, like, I feel like you wake up to the stuff like that, and it's probably like, maybe they didn't, I have no way of knowing, but it's just like, it's probably like a lack of mobility thing, you know? Like, they just can't get somewhere in time. You've got, like, when you hear stuff like that, sometimes you have seconds to sprint to a basement, if you have a basement. Sometimes you don't. And these older people, they just don't have a chance, and it sucks. I hate it so much. I really do.
End its path at 11:20
It's so
PM,
sad to think
being
about.
on the ground for nearly 20 minutes. Strangely, the storm would produce another wedge tornado after this time moving at a bizarre southeast direction. Fortunately, though, it hit mostly open farmland, and as it
That's
dissipated,
weird.
the tornado outbreak would end just before midnight. For 108 days, the Enderlin tornado would remain at an EF3 rating, perhaps an unfortunate underestimate of the extreme winds. But on October 6, the National Weather Service would release their official calculations for the train cars, officially upgrading the tornado to EF5,
Dang.
the first EF5 rated tornado since the 2013 Moore tornado over 12 years prior. The rating was certainly a point of discussion.
Oh my gosh, Moore's tornado. I think it was was it Moore 2013 or am I crazy? This Moore tornado is just, oh my gosh, man. It looks like a nuclear bomb went off and just obliterated. It's just insane.
Online. Objectively speaking, while destructive, the Enderlin tornado is the least destructive of any EF5,
Good.
sparking debate over how more significant tornadoes, like the Rolling Fork EF4 or Mayfield EF4, didn't get the same treatment. Regardless, the hope is that the Enderlin rating will set a precedent for future and potentially past evaluations of tornadoes, leading to less historic EF5 droughts and more scientific analysis on tornado damage. At the end of the day, ratings do not erase or add to the destruction a tornado has
True.
caused, and we remember the victims of the Enderlin EF5. Thank you for watching.
And thank you guys for watching me react to this. If you enjoyed, hit the sub button, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.